Another morning of turkey hunt now here in North Carolina. Should be a pretty good day, I'd wager. It's a little nippy out. We're in the 40s this morning, but it is quiet. It is still and calm this morning. I'm thinking they're gonna be gobbling. I'm thinking we're gonna be able to hear them. We're gonna hear a few gobbles this morning. Got this piece of public to myself again. Like yesterday, there are no folks out. Today, unlike most of my North Carolina season, I am able to hunt all day. I think I've only been able to hunt all day like three days in the past 2.5 weeks. So I feel like that's real crucial for me because I shoot so many birds midday to afternoon, and leaving at 10, 11 in the morning it's proved to not work very well for me, especially when these birds have not been super hot yet. But I'm thinking there's a chance today that we're gonna be able to get one to strike about midday. Haven't had any luck getting one to strike all season here in North Carolina. But if there was ever a day to do it, I think it's gonna be today. So sounds like there's several birds gobbling over here. One private, of course, but I'm almost positive these birds are going to end up on public at some point. There's the patch of woods that it sounds like they're in down the road, a couple 100 yards. That patch of woods kind of crosses into public, so I'm going to try to get down there. I imagine I may be able to hear their gobbles a little bit more clear as well. They're in there a little ways, but I definitely think they're going to work this way, or at least I hope. Definitely sounds like these ones on private just keep working their way further towards this road here. And I'm also hearing one on public just way back on the river right now. So I think we may be able to call these birds in that are working towards this road. But since they've hit the ground, they're not gobbling very much, so they might be covering some ground. We've got fresh tracks here from yesterday after I left. It's probably one of the toms that's roosted over here somewhere. Since they've hit the ground, there's been almost no gobbling. I'm fairly certain that these turkeys are going to cross the road over here on the public at some point. There's another turkey gobbling back here. I pretty much always see sign in this general area, so this is definitely an area that a turkey's going to come in at some point. Obviously, this turkey walked there yesterday. I assume toms are on the ground with hens right now, because once they hit the ground, they haven't really been gobbling. But I'm fairly certain that there are turkeys near. I think for now I'm going to try to find a setup just in this general area, listen, see if I can hear any more birds gobbling. But I might do a little calling and see if one wants to come in silent. turkeys on private just started gobbling again. And they're not too far. Might want to try to get into a little bit better setup. Maybe start calling at them too, because they're starting to gobble pretty good. Definitely not working towards me. I'm almost positive there was one that gobbled closer than this pair over here that are gobbling. But maybe he went and met up with them, and now there's 3 of them over there. I don't know. But they right now seem like they're kind of on a similar route that some turkeys took the first time I came out here this year with Eli. So if they do that or something similar, then I'm gonna go try to get into a better setup for that, but really just try to stay within earshot of them. If they keep gobbling sporadically throughout the morning, then I'll be able to just know where they're at, you know. So. Well, for right now, I believe I'm gonna be chilling. We'll be chilling for a little bit on these birds. I think we're gonna kill one this afternoon. It's my best guess. So we're gonna get them in the afternoon. I'm sure they're out here acting like actual turkeys in the afternoon, because ain't nobody's been here in the afternoon all season. I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking 12 o'clock is going to be a really good time. I've been having to leave at like 10 or 11. But I think 12 is going to be a really good time. There's all the tracks on this road that weren't here yesterday when I was here. Meaning they had to have been here after I left. All them, they just making me a little bit confident right now. I know there's toms in the area. I just hope they work their way up towards me and are receptive. That'll be important too. Howdy folks. Went back to the van to get a little something to eat. It's probably about 11 o'clock right now. I'm thinking from like 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Somewhere in that time frame we're gonna hear a gobble and we're gonna get one to strike. This wind has picked up a little bit, which is not ideal, but I think these turkeys are gonna start feeling a little bit more comfortable to start moving around. And I just spooked a hen like 100 yards from my van. Started walking this direction and she walked out onto the road I was walking on, and then turned around and walked right back into the wood line. A little spooked. But regardless, that's a good sign. I'm gonna check this road for any fresh tracks. Obviously, that's what you should do every time. If you're out here hunting on a road where they leave tracks pretty easily. I'm gonna see about these tracks on this road, and then probably gonna break out the glass and try to see if we can get one struck. Finally just got one to strike off camera. Oh, it's weird. So I was out here calling pretty loudly and nothing was gobbling. I took a couple steps into this stuff and called, like not even that loud, pretty softly, and he just gobbled over here. So
we just had to stick to the plan, man. I was doubting, I was getting scared, but I knew we just had to stick to the plan. It's all right, buddy. You did so good. You did so good, man. You did so good, buddy. It's okay. You did so good, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Oh, you did so good, man. Thanks, buddy. Oh my goodness. That was pretty awesome watching them come up. It's always awesome, but it's pretty cool, man. I did not see him till he was 30 yards, man. That was real cool. That was real cool. What a cool bird, man. I am tore up about this one. When I tell y'all that it's been tough hunting here, it's been really damn tough hunting. It has been really hard. Whew. It has been really hard, man, and for a number of reasons. All of them will probably sound like excuses, but I guess the main thing is that I just having to work in the afternoons. I gotta be out of the woods by 10:30, 11 o'clock, and that is just, when the birds ain't fired up, that's just no good unless you're roosting them. And by God, I was sure today was maybe only the second or third day all season that I've been off of work and able to hunt all day long. And I knew, man. I knew it's about that time of year where the birds start losing hens and start gobbling about midday. And I knew that we were going to get in here from 11 to 4 o'clock. Somewhere within that time frame, I knew we were going to strike a bird. I didn't know, but I felt really confident about it. And sure enough, man, I'm over here working the edge of this field, calling into the swamp over here. And eventually I've been calling on that side of the field for a long while, and I was just working my way calling. I stepped into the swamp line over here just a few feet, and didn't even call loud, called pretty softly. And old boy struck over here. It sounded like he was in the swamp. So I started walking this edge line, and I got maybe 50 yards from him. I got maybe 50 yards further down this edge line, and I called again before I went any further, just to try and get a good pin, because I really didn't get that good of a pin when I heard him. It sounded faint, sounded muffled, and I got 50 yards down, called again, and the sun was just right in the corner of this field. I mean, he was loud right in the middle of this field. I never heard old boy drum. I never heard this dude drum, but I ran, just dove into a setup, had freaking hip high grass all in front of me, and sat there and just was calling soft, trying to see if he'll gobble again, because I was a little bit worried. I moved pretty quickly after he gobbled. I was a little bit worried that he maybe caught a flash of movement because he was that close, and maybe had spooked, but he did not. And maybe 2 minutes later, man, I see him up here. He's not walking right down in this more clear stuff. He's walking up above a little bit, like weaving through some thick stuff. And I spotted his white head moving through. His head was glowing white, bright white on him. I spotted him moving through there and tried to get the camera on him, but I mean, I'll have to watch the footage back. Y'all saw how much stuff was in between the camera and me and him, and I don't know how much straw my pattern, this grassy stuff, I don't know how much my pattern hit that, because it was a lethal shot, but he wasn't hit real good, and it was about 20 yards, so that's maybe hindering my excitement just a little bit, because I hate to just not hit one good, you know. And he was hit good enough, but good enough for some people's standards is not good enough for mine, I would say. Man, I just love these. I love these turkey birds, man. I just love these turkey birds, man. You did, oh boy, you did so good. You did a great job, buddy. You did a stupendous job. A wonderful job, bud. Good gracious, look at the iridescence on your feathers, man. Look at the iridescence on there. That's incredible. That's incredible. By God, son. It has been, it's been tough, but we're tagged out in North Carolina. We got a happy ending to, I kid you not, the past 14 days without even being in the game, without even being in a setup and calling to a turkey that I feel like may do the damn thing. It's been 14 days since that happened. And I've been out every morning except 2. Every morning except 2. I've been out just hustling, just get my butt whooped, really. Hearing a lot of turkeys on private land, just like right over the border. Oh, the pressure first 2 weeks of the season has been just wild. First 3 weeks has been insane. It's been wild. Never seen this kind of pressure around here, and a lot of it is from. I've talked to 3 people, and it seems like a lot of it are people moving into the area from up northeast or something like that. And this is their first season hunting down here on all this public, so there's just a pretty big influx of new hunters around here, which we certainly felt, and I'm sure the birds have certainly felt, because it has been tough to get one to gobble past 7:30. Past 7:30, it's been damn near impossible to get one to gobble. So this boy, he only gobbled 2 times, but that's all we needed, man. We were working slow enough and calling often enough to get him to strike when we were in that 100-yard bubble, and it worked out for us, man. That's how you got to do it. That's how you got, when they're tight-lipped, you just gotta kind of keep moving, keep her moving, keep walking slow, and eventually you're gonna get in that like 100-yard, 150-yard bubble. And because I'm sure he was hearing me gobble all the way, or I'm sure he was hearing me call all the way across this field. I'm sure he was hearing it the whole time, but he didn't gobble until I was within 100, 150 yards of him. So that's the way you got to do it when the birds are tough. That's just, when the birds are tough, you got to somehow get in their bubble. And I've had a hard time doing that. Obviously this one was by himself, and that is ideal. That is what you want. You want a tom by himself. And that hasn't happened a whole lot. They've been super flocked up, and I haven't been able to hunt in the afternoons or middays, which is when probably the hunting is the best around here. With all the pressure, everybody's out of the woods by 10:30, 11 o'clock. If you can stay past then, you got a real good shot of getting on one. And finally was able to do that. Finally was able to just stick it out here all day if it had to be. And by God, if it didn't pay off. By God, if it didn't pay off. I'm down to the wire. I only had 2 more mornings after today to get it done if I did not. And now I can take those mornings to prepare for a western swing. But we ain't gonna think about that right now. All we gonna think about is just sitting with this boy and reliving the hunt. Sitting with this boy, reliving the hunt, and just being thankful, man. Just being thankful. And I tell you, it's been hard. It's more so been mentally hard than anything. But it has indeed been hard. So I'm gonna do some sitting with this old boy, man. Oh, thankful for you, son. Thankful for you, son. Look at those zebras. Look at them zebra print. How do you just not love the colors on this guy? Look at the iridescence on those feathers, man. That is so cool. I'm not sure I've shot one that's that iridescent there. And I know I'm being dramatic. You're probably watching this turkey hunting video and man's getting all choked up and you're laughing at him. You can laugh if you want. I'm just real passionate about this. But definitely had some mental battles coming into this one. Was really wanting to snap this cold streak. I guess towards the end of this slump, I've been kind of just focusing on being out here, you know, because that's what it's about. It's real easy to lose focus on what really matters in this game. It's real easy to do that. And I'm certainly as guilty as anyone at looking on Instagram and seeing other people have success, and for whatever reason, man, that just makes me put more pressure on myself to have success, you know. And that's messed up. Everybody's experience is different. Where everybody's hunting is different, and everybody's running into different problems, and everybody's at a different stage of their turkey hunting experience level, turkey hunting career. Everybody's at a different point. So to compare yourself to anybody that you see on Instagram, it's just plain bad. You shouldn't do it. I am the worst for doing it. I am literally the worst for it. But I'm here to tell you right now, none of that matters. None of that matters. Only thing that matters is we came out here to turkey hunt, and that's what we were doing. That's what we did. And today we got one. We're not always going to get one. But if you're not having fun out here, if you're stressing yourself out here, then you just need to take a step back. Take a step back, refocus, shift your perspective. Because you got to be having fun out here, man. It is the funnest thing it's the funnest thing I could think of to do with my time. There's nothing better than turkey hunting. And if you stress yourself out, I'm talking to myself here, but if y'all can relate, then take this rambling session from old Curl to heart. But if you're stressing yourself out to the point where it's not making it fun anymore, then you're doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. You should not be. You're so lucky, man. You get to hunt all the time. All the time. I'm here talking to myself. All the time you get to hunt. You get to hunt a lot. And you have a lot of people that support you. Get to hunt way more than your average person. It's the reason there's nobody here for the past 2 days hunting public land, because people are not as fortunate to have that sort of flexibility in their schedule. So I just feel super blessed that I get to do this so much. I hope everybody can add a few more days to their season, because there's time is not spent in any better way, in my opinion. and I might just leave it at that.